This mudroom had 5 doors. And for years, I had no idea how to make it work. Because how do you make a space feel calm when each wall is interrupted? The truth is, for a long time, I didn't. When my kids were younger, this space had one job: hide everything. Hockey bags, football gear, snowboarding, outerwear. And honestly, it was a godsend for that. I mean, who wouldn't want 3 large closets to hide all that away? But the design, well, we just kind of let it be. We settled because it worked functionally, but it never actually felt good. I'm Rebecca with Rack Design. I share practical design advice that actually makes your home feel better. So if that's your thing, subscribe to my channel. This is what I was working with. 5 doors, no real focal point, and everything felt fragmented. When you have this many doors, your eye never lands anywhere. So the space feels busy, even when there's nothing in it. It can be a challenge to work with this long, narrow space. I call it a bowling alley. Even with storage options, it still felt messy, flat, unresolved. Visually, there is a lot happening. So instead of fighting the doors, I needed to rethink how to make it work. I'm going to add some texture into this room as well with this paintable wallpaper. I'm pulling it up halfway along the wall, and we're going to wrap it all the way entirely around the room with a chair rail and painting it in a nice, rich, deep green color. We've been waiting for so long. We've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older. I kind of feel a little younger. The next part was giving the space a clear purpose. Easy access storage makes it much more likely things actually get put away, and proper drop zone gives the room functionality. And I have a little secret to share with you all. The hardware and hooks in here were chrome and nickel, and I just didn't want them to be that effect, so I sprayed them flat black, and then I also rub and buff them in an antique gold. They turned out amazing and saved a ton of money. Here's another repurposed thrift find, a rattan file box I'm using as a storage cabinet for sunglasses, and also second shelf is hiding my dog's leash. Brilliant, isn't it? Attractive and functional. Who doesn't want that? And this is really where the room started to change. This room actually started with this $9 thrift store find. This curtain was so stunning. The detailing in this scalloped edge, the coloring, the pearls, it's just incredible. At first, I thought it might be a little too fussy or too global inspired. Finding the right balance between modern, old, and collected is where this hits. This is the inspo rendering that I decided to recreate. Tell me what you think. We've been waiting for so long. We've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older. I kind of feel a little younger. Run away and embrace the day. The sun is out, won't go away. Feel the clouds on your shoulder. Touch the sky, feeling bolder. Going out, going all the way. Going high, 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 high. Going out, going all the way. Going high, high, high. Going all the way. Going up, going all the way. Going up, going all the way. Going high, high, high. Now the room feels warm and inviting. Even though nothing about the layout changed, it's been given character. And a big part of that was actually editing. Removing what wasn't working so the right pieces could stand out. It's not about adding more. It's about being more intentional with what you bring in and what you take away. And that's what actually makes a space feel finished. So I hope you liked this video on how to work with an awkward room layout. Next week, I'm going to be on location and I'm actually going to do a YouTube video on why we're so drawn to hotel living and why we want to recreate those bedrooms and lobbies in our own home. So If you want, subscribe now and you'll see next week's video.